Okay, so today we're going to break down a model that asks a pretty radical question. What if freelance platforms took, get this, 0% of your earnings? Let's get into how a simple $1 connection could completely change the game for freelancers.
It really all starts with this simple but super powerful question. If you're a freelancer, you've spent years, maybe even decades, honing your craft, right? Building up your expertise. So when you finally land a project, why should a huge chunk of your hard-earned money just go to a middleman? It's a fundamental pain point in the whole gig economy.
And this chart just lays it out so clearly. Let's say you do a $1,000 project. On a lot of the big platforms, $200 of that can just vanish, poof, into platform fees before you ever see it. The alternative model we're looking at today, you keep every single dollar. That's not a small change. That's a whole new way of thinking.
And, that 20% is often just the starting point. It's a number that directly hits your bottom line project after project. This traditional model basically asks you to pay a continuous tax just for having your own skills. It's wild when you think about it like that.
So what's the alternative? Well, it's a pretty radical shift. Instead of just trying to take a slightly smaller cut, this model just gets rid of the cut entirely. The focus is no longer on the transaction, but simply on making a direct connection.
And here's where you can really see the difference in philosophy. The old way is built on sharing revenue, and it often creates these crazy bidding wars. The new model just flips that on its head. It's a simple connection fee which leads to direct negotiation, and you keep 100%. One is kind of a race to the bottom. The other is all about recognizing direct value.
But this isn't just a better deal for freelancers. Let's look at it from the client side of the table for a second. The argument here is simple. When you're hiring someone for their talent, your budget should be paying for that talent, not for a platform's profit margin.
And for the client, the process is designed to be incredibly simple. You browse through different freelancers' service tiers, you pick the expert you need, and then you connect with them directly to start the conversation. No hoops, no middlemen, just a straight line to the person you want to work with.
So what does this direct connection cost the client? $1. That's it, a single flat fee to get the contact info and start a real conversation with a potential hire. I mean, that number's pretty disruptive, right?
What this all means for clients is just one word: transparency. The price you're quoted doesn't have a hidden 20% fee baked into it. The number you negotiate with a designer or a developer or a consultant is the exact number you pay. Simple as that.
Now, let's bring it back to the freelancer, because this is really where the model is centered. It's all about restoring complete ownership to the person who is actually doing the work.
This line says it all. It's the entire philosophy wrapped up in 6 words. It's like a declaration of independence for freelancers, putting them right back in the driver's seat where they belong.
And here's the number that makes that declaration possible: 0%. No commission, no service fee, no percentage taken from the final payment. The platform takes absolutely nothing from your earnings, ever.
And the process is all about your autonomy. You set your own terms, you list your services. Once a client connects, the platform just steps away. The negotiation, the agreement, the payment, it's all handled directly between you and the client, completely offline. It's all yours.
All of this really leads to a bigger, more philosophical question about the digital marketplaces we use every single day. What is the actual job of a freelance platform? What service is it truly providing that's worth so much money?
Ultimately, it all comes down to how we define the word platform. Is it an agent that needs to manage the entire transaction and therefore deserves a huge cut? Or is it simply a tool, maybe more like a search engine, whose only job is to make an introduction and get out of the way?
So this model really forces us to ask a fundamental question. Where is the real value? Is it in the platform itself, or is it in the connection between the two people who are actually getting the work done?